All right, sticking to your trading rules, your plan, it's imperative that you do so. For one, it helps prepare and put you in a better state when it comes to your own psyche, your psychology, when it comes to trading the market, especially futures. I want to share with you today a trade that I actually took on the Nasdaq 100. Just staying true to the same strategy that I trade and I've shared across this platform here on the YouTube channel. And I've also shared across our Discord. If you're interested in joining the Discord, the link is down in the description portion of the video. So scroll down, you'll see it. But sticking to the set of rules that you have laid out for yourself, okay? And trying not to deviate from them, because when you do, you end up possibly maybe blowing your prop firm account or your personal account. So it's imperative that you do so. Patience is a big part of this whole business. I think trading is probably the hardest thing. Patience is probably the hardest thing that a lot of people they lack. And it's the hardest thing for them to sit idle and wait for great setups to unfold. I'm going to show you two setups. One I actually missed. One I actually took. I saw the setup on the upper portion of the supply area in which there was a beautiful short, and a community member or two of ours had sent out a message showing the trade they actually took, and it was a beautiful setup. After I went back and looked at it, I had the zone marked up on my higher base chart, but I stepped away from my computer and my charts after the supply setup that I actually took, because I'm really in the mode and focus of just taking one trade setup a day, a good one, and being done. Why? Because once you get into a solid setup, you've made your profits, just close your charts down. You've made money that day. Next day of trading is a whole new business day, and you can do this. If you do the same each and every day, you'll find yourself being able to grow your account at a steady pace versus trying to catch multiple setups in any particular sessions, and then you may take one good one, one bad one, one good one. So you're back and forth. Just either take, if the first setup's a setup, maybe at most take two. All right. Okay. After that, then shut it down. All right. If you've got two losers, then you want to shut it down. Don't keep pushing the envelope, because you're going to start digging a deeper hole. If you're up and you've won for the day, then I would definitely say close the charts down and try your best not to take more than two trades. But following a specific guideline and being regiment to it, and those rules that you set out for yourself on your trading plan, please stick to them. Don't deviate. So this was nothing more but a supply setup using multi-chart confluence that I've talked about a million times here on this channel. I was able to gross $880 pretty much off this one trade. And I'm not big in talking about the numbers, but people are always saying how much did you make on that trade, or whatever the case is. It was just $880 trading two contracts on the Nasdaq. So it was basically 22 points. That's what I like to focus in on, is how many ticks, how many points, and then I'll look back to see what I made in profit. Okay, so don't be wrapped up into so much about the money portion of it. Just focus in your mind on the charts to look for these high quality setups and engage and take action on them when you see them unfold. Again, multi-chart confluence here using my 120 range and then moving down to 24 range. I've talked about the same type of setups a million times here on the channel. And the reason why I'm doing this, because I want to see people actually be successful in trading. I know there's so many, and there's a variety of different strategies out there, but I have people here in the community, I'm telling you, that have come and gone, that have, learned how to master this strategy, and now they're on their own, making their own funds, probably personally trading full-time for themselves. And then we have people that are in the Discord right now that are probably still learning, going through the process of watching the videos, but have also are seeing a game changer. Okay, just today, someone reached out to me and said, Mike, what you've shared with the community strategy, it has been game changing for me. All right, and not everyone may see it the same way. So whatever works for you and something is working for you, stick with that. Okay, I appreciate all the positive comments, you guys, and this is the reason why I do it, because I do want it to be a game changing experience for you. But take baby steps in doing so that you can, prove with consistency and prove with profitability that you can do it, and then start to grow from there. All right, because the more that you are consistent, the more you'll start to see your small account grow as well. Now, this was a beautiful supply area right here. Okay, and I'm going to get the full rundown of it. Well, not the full rundown. I'm just going to go through this real quick and talk about the setup. So the first key thing we need to identify, as always, is what is structure actually, or the market actually doing. Okay, in reference to market structure. So, here we can see the market was making these higher highs and higher lows. So we had this bullish leg to the upside before it pulls back in a slight little bearish trend to the downside. And a lot of people have a hard time, being able to see, a directional trend within the market or even within a short-term leg. So you can just simply use like a little trend channel and draw it like this. So what you see here now, the market is making structural breaks to the downside. All right, it's come down, it's breaking structure. You should be able to see that, okay, to the downside before it starts what? Breaking structure back to the upside. Pushes up, pulls back, breaking structure higher, okay, coming up, breaking structure above this area here. So then we get it like a, you can see here another little channel to the upside. So for all those that have a hard time kind of, depicting the higher highs and higher lows and following the actual channel to the upside or a channel to the upside, you can do it like that. But ultimately, what you see going on here, a lot of people would probably say the market is just ranging, right? Because we are typically speaking in a wedge from a high here, that's a major high, to a low right here. Okay, so we're actually ranging and moving sideways. A lot of people, most traders, would stay out of the market in conditions like this until it starts breaking, significant areas of structure, either higher or lower. But you can still trade if you're able to understand the intermediate structure that's being formed in the market. So we had a push up here, a pullback. It didn't break this low here, but we are breaking structure back to the upside before starting to break structure back below here, these areas here to the downside. Okay. So with that said, this created a nice area of supply right here. But we also had this area of supply resting above here because we were breaking structure lower as we from this high right here. So they left a supply area or zone resting above there. So this is the zone I was focusing in on this morning off my higher base chart, the 120. Again, we're in a wedge. We are, you can see clearly we're moving sideways. I mean, we had a low here, a high here before pulling back, making another low. So we're in between this leg right here, and then we're just moving sideways, okay? So we're interested really to see, will it break to the upside? Will it break to the downside and take out a low here or break this high here? And, maybe continue pushing lower and taking out this area down here. Now it's just moving sideways. And it's been doing that since the 17th of, October, okay? But anyways, this area of interest right here was a supply zone. We have a unmitigated gapped area there where there's basically an imbalance resting back at the zone, small gap right there. So all I did was just move down to my lower base chart after identifying on the higher base chart the zone in which I was interested in trading from. So I'm on the 24 range chart now, my lower base chart in which I'm looking to take place my entries from. We will trace back to the larger box, which is what? The higher base zone, supply zone from the 120 range chart. There is a smaller supply zone within the larger zone. That's what I'm looking for or looking to see. Is there, when I'm scaled down to a lower base chart, a zone within the larger higher base chart zone? Yes, right here. Okay. So when I see that, what that is doing for me is really bringing things more into perspective, allowing me to really zero in on a more defined area within this larger zone here. Okay. So when the market taps into the smaller zone within the higher base zone off the 24 range chart, again, this is a higher base supply zone off the 120. This is a lower base supply zone off of the 24 range. Once I get the tap into it, I'm just looking for the break and close the candle lower to take a short entry. Got in here roughly at 20,483 and took it down here to 20,460. Now, why did I take out right here? Simply, I went over to my higher base chart and notice right below us, there was a demand zone resting right below. This is an area of demand right here, okay? All right, aggressive buying, comes back, it taps it, and then it pushes higher. So you have to pay attention to the areas in reference to price action, what may be resting above or below. In this case here, we're going short. Take a look to see what's right below you. Is there an area where the market could actually stop at and then continue pushing higher? In this case here, yes, there's a demand zone resting right here. So I was aiming for that area and a quick scalp back to the downside, which I was able to pick up 22 points right there. So always be mindful, again, what's above you and below you. Just don't say, okay, this is a supply area here off of the higher base chart. There's a supply area off of the lower base chart. Okay, let me go short. Yes, you can, once you picked up, say for example, maybe you hit an area of support below or a demand zone in this case here. What you can do is, you can take out, all right, most of your contracts, and then allow a runner to run to see, will it continue breaking lower? In this case here, it came back. Maybe you had your stop rested at the area once you took your contracts out at that point, and it came back and stopped you out. You didn't lose anything. You made 100% profit off the trade, right? So just pay attention to those type things that in areas once you get into a trade, what's below you, what's above you. Meaning, if you're going short, look for an area below you where the market can stop it. If you're going long, look above you to see where the market could actually halt at or stop at. And then there was another zone that was resting above right here, another area, supply area. I didn't take this one here because I had stepped away from the charts, but this was a beautiful supply area right here. And as you can see, the market goes up to it. Okay, the bigger zone there, that's the 120 range zone. Smaller zone, we have to go way over here to the left hand side of the chart, which is right here, a small supply zone within the larger zone. Okay, all right, off of the 120. So if you see what happens here, if we go back over to the right, it rejects it, and it straight goes to the downside. Okay, like the bottom just came out. All right, and the reason being, if you pay attention, so we have a little area here. Okay, yeah, the market can reject this area, but there was no structure. There was no not structure. There was no close above here. Okay, so ultimately there was really no gap or area to fill back here. So the market rejected it, and it just came and pushed lower. If you pay attention to price action, pushed up, pulled back, broke higher, came back. It filled the gaps all the way back up to the upside, and then the closure of this red candle here, you can almost bet that the market's going to come back and at least probably test the VWAP or some areas or where there are imbalances resting or gaps resting back in the market down here towards the lows. All right, so this right here was the trade, and there was some traders over on the Discord that actually took this setup, and hats off to you for catching that trade. That was the trade of the day on the actual Nasdaq. So for anyone that's interested in joining the Discord, this is our Discord group right here. The link to it is down in the description portion of the video. And again, lots of these individuals have learned from spending time watching the videos, but they also, they are part of the Elite Membership Program, which is a private community where I post breakdowns. I mean, there's tons of them there, of trade setups after another, to where I go into great detail about these trades as if you're sitting right next to me. I'm breaking things down so you get an understanding about the structure of the market, leading up to the trade I took, where I was looking to take profit at, and my stop losses. Also, I did a great video covering market structure for anyone that's struggling with that. Just a very elementary video on that concept there. It's one of the most important things. Market structure is king, so you have to understand that, all right? Plus, you get the video playlist, which is a series of videos that I've kind of hand selected from all the videos here on the channel. And to me, they're the ones that really cover the nuts and bolts of the strategy and how I trade. So for anyone that's interested in becoming an elite member and gaining access to all that private community of information and video content, there is a link right down in the description portion of the video. You'll see it right below the Discord link. It says become an elite member. You click on that, and then 2 tiers will pop up. The second one is for $6.99 a month. $6.99. I'm not charging hundreds of dollars. I'm not charging thousands of dollars. I don't have a course. I'm just giving you some very great additional video content where I break down the trades for those individuals that are really, loyal to the channel, loyal to the community, and also support my efforts as a content creator. That's what you're doing. supporting my efforts, and in return, I'm giving back these perks and rewards, okay? But again, if you're interested, there's a link down in the description portion of the video. Click on it. It says become an elite member. Choose the tier for $6.99, and it will give you direct access. That's all I have for you guys today. I really appreciate you guys for taking the time watching today's videos. However you came across the channel, for those that are current subscribers to the channel, thank you for continuously supporting the channel, but watching the video content as well. And if you're not a current subscriber, please take the time to sub by clicking on the subscribe button down below. Make sure to turn on your post notifications so you do not miss one of the uploads here on the channel. Last but not least, please drop a like by clicking the like button on the channel, or on the video, I should say, on the video. I definitely appreciate it. So that little thumbs up button, go ahead and click it right now before you stop watching today's video, okay? Appreciate it. Take care. See everyone in the next one. Goodbye.